Hi Pallad Darbari, welcome you all in my YouTube channel Pallad Darbari Classes. In this video I will discuss a very important topic. The name of the topic that I will discuss with you today is inflation. This is my 8th video on the topic banking. This particular topic, that is inflation, is related with the monetary policy. Directly the question cannot be asked, but without understanding the concept of the inflation, it becomes very difficult to understand monetary policy, because monetary policy and the inflation both are intertwined with each other. Keeping this thing in the mind, I thought that I should explain this topic, that is inflation, so that the monetary policy and the fiscal policy should become very easy. We can easily understand why the monetary policy is important, why it can be implemented, why the government decided to increase or decrease the rate. Without wasting the time period, let us start the video. In this video, 3 topics I will cover. The first is we will discuss the meaning of the inflation, we will discuss the type of the inflation, and at the end we will see the measurement of the inflation. Let us start the video with the meaning of the inflation. Inflation is a quantitative measurement of the rate at which the average price level of the basket of selected goods and services in the economy increase over some period of time. In a very simple word, we can say that hike in the price of the goods and services is called inflation. So what is inflation? Inflation is a quantitative measure by which we come to know the hike in the price of the selected goods and services in an economy over a period of time. It is the rise in the general level of the prices where a unit of the currency effectively buy less than it buy in the prior period. In a simple word, we can say that inflation is the condition because of which it becomes impossible for the people to purchase more goods which he was buying earlier. So these are the effects of the inflations, and the common meaning of the inflation, or for the common understanding, we should keep one thing in the mind: inflation is the increase in the price of the goods and services. If we have to discuss the type of the inflation, we can say that we are having 2 types of inflation. The first one is called demand pull inflation, and the second is called cost push inflation. How many types of the inflation do we have? We are having 2 types of inflation. Number 1, demand pull, and the second one is cost push. When the price of the commodity is increasing because of increase in the demand, increase in the aggregate demand of the commodity, it is called demand pull inflation. In the picture we can see that earlier the demand was OQ, and when the demand was OQ, the price was OP. Because of increasing in the demand, the price increased from OP to OP1. Why the demand has increased? The demand has increased because the supply was the same. The earlier the supply was OQ and remains OQ. Because of increase in the demand and the incompetency of the producer to meet out the increased demand, the competition among the consumer increase, because of which the price of the commodity is increasing. Because of this particular reason, or this type of the inflation is called demand pull inflation. The second type of the inflation is called the cost push inflation. This is that type of the inflation which arises because of increase in the manufacturing cost. So when the cost increase and the supply falls down, the inflation arises, and this type of the inflation is called the cost push inflation. As we can see in the picture, we will discuss everything in detail. We will discuss in detail what is the demand pull inflation, what are the causes behind the demand pull inflation. We will also discuss the cost push inflation, and we will also discuss the causes behind the cost push inflation. For the better understanding, on the basis of the percentage, we call inflation by 4 different names, or there are 4 different types of the inflation. On the basis of percentage increase, first one is called creeping inflation, second one is called walking inflation, Third is called running inflation, and the fourth is called hyperinflation. Always remember we are having two types of inflation: demand pull, cost push. But on the basis of the percentage increase or on the basis of the price rise, the inflation can be of four types. Inflation is not horrendous, inflation is not bad if the inflation is in single digit. But the inflation becomes horrendous when the inflation is in two digits. The first one is called the creeping inflation. Here the rise in the price is 2% annually. If the rise in the price is 2% annually, it is favorable for the economic development. We know that the producers always want to increase the production when they see more profit margin. The profit totally depends upon the increase in the price. If the price is increasing at the rate of 2%, it is good for the producers, it is good for the economic development. So creeping inflation is always good, and creeping inflation is that inflation where the rate of or the rise of price rise in 2%. If the price of the commodity is rising by 2%, it is called creeping inflation, and it is always good for the economic development. When the rise in price increase from 2% to 5%, it is called walking inflation. Under the walking inflation, the rate of price rises to 5% annually. And remember, it is a whistle blow for the economic crisis. It is not horrendous. But when the price rise reaches to 5%, it is the alarming state that if it will rise further, the economy can collapse. So the requirement of the strategy is needed. Here also the inflation is favorable, not good, not bad. Then the third type of the inflation is the running inflation. Under the running inflation, the rate of price rise reaches to about 10% annually. Here the economy is under extreme threat of collapse. And when the inflation reaches to 20%, it is called hyperinflation or the galloping inflation. Under this type of inflation, the economy is about to crash, and the situation happened in Germany after the World War I. Our country also faced the same type of the inflation, that is galloping inflation, in the year 1991, where we have to change the economic model. One country whose economy is facing the same problem, that is the Venezuela. We know what is happening in the Venezuela. The economy is about to crash. The condition is horrendous. So this fourth type of the inflation is horrendous. That is a galloping inflation. So actually we are having only two types of the inflation: demand pull and cost push. But on the basis of the percentage hike in prices, we say that this type of the inflation is this type of the inflation is that. I hope the point is clear. Now let us discuss in detail the demand pull inflation. As I told you, demand pull inflation exists where the aggregate demand means where the total demand for a goods and services outstrips aggregate supply. It means when the aggregate demand exceeds the aggregate supply, it starts with an increase in the consumer's demand. In a very simple word, we can say that the demand pull inflation arises when the aggregate demand exceeds the aggregate supply. It means when the demand for the commodity is increasing and the resources to meet out the increased demand is less, then the competition among the consumer increase, and it uh, forces the price to increase up. This type of the inflation is called demand pull inflation. Always remember, there are unlimited reasons behind the demand pull inflation, but the root cause of all the inflation is increase in the money supply. It means when the money supply increases in the economy, then the people start increasing up the demand. And we know that the availability of the resources are less in the market, and the people are having more and more money. They are getting more and more money, because of which they start demanding the goods. Since the availability is less and the demand is popping up, the competition among the consumers start increasing up, and this increases the price of the commodity, and that is called the demand pull inflation. That is the reason behind the demand pull inflation. Let us discuss the causes in detail. Before explaining up the causes, I just tell you through the graph what is happening. On the x-axis, we represent the income, and on the y-axis, we represent the price of the commodity. This line, upward sloping line, represents the aggregate supply. It means total availability of goods in the market. That is aggregate supply. This sloping downward curve represents the aggregate demand. This is the normal situation. P is the normal price and OQ is the normal quantity. When the demand of the commodity increases because of increase in the money supply, the new equilibrium point has to be determined. Since there is no change in the supply, so because of new equilibrium point, the price of the commodity increases from OP to OP1, and this increase in the price is the root cause of the inflation. Now, let us discuss the causes of the demand pull inflation. As I told you, there is unlimited reason for the demand pull inflation. But the root cause of all the reason is the increase in the money supply that we have already discussed. Let us discuss the other reason. The other cause of the demand pull inflation is the increase in the forex. When I say increase in the forex, what it means? It means I'm talking about increase in the foreign reserve. We know that RBI print the currencies on the basis of the forex and on the basis of the gold reserve. If the forex will increase in the country, the RBI will start printing more and more currencies in the economy. Because of printing more and more currency, the circulation flow of the money will increase, and because of which the purchasing capacity of the consumer will increase, since the availability of the goods is less and the purchasing capacity is increasing, because of which the competition among the consumer will increase and it will force the consumer to increase up the price, and it leads to the inflation. That is the second reason. The third reason is deficit financing. I will discuss this particular topic when we discuss the budget chapter. What is the meaning of the deficit financing? It means when the government is in the need of the money, they approaches the RBI and the RBI print the currencies and hand over the currencies to the government. Because of printing of new currencies, the circulation of the flow of money in the economy increases, and which increasing of the purchasing capacity. Since the supply is the same, supply of the commodity is the same, the price of the commodity start increasing up, and this is one of the reason behind the demand pull inflation. The next reason is reduction on direct taxes. When the government decreases the taxes, then the disposable income of the consumer increasing up. The question is, what is disposable income? Disposable income is that income which is left after paying the taxes, and the purchasing capacity totally depends upon the disposable income. If the disposable income is more, the purchasing capacity is more, and if the disposable income is less, the purchasing capacity is less. So the purchasing capacity depends upon the disposable income, and the disposable income depends upon the direct taxes. If the direct taxes reduces, the purchasing capacity increase. Since the availability of the goods in the market is the same and there is only increase in the purchasing capacity, this is another reason behind the inflation. The other reason is increase in the population. There is a very common reason. We know that when the number of the mouth increases, the demand for the goods automatically increases, and since the availability of the goods are less, the inflation pops up. Other reason is increase in the black money. When black money totally depends upon evasion of the taxes. What is black money? The money on which the tax is not paid is called the black money. If the black money is increasing in the country, the purchasing capacity will increase, and we know that the availability is less, so the price will increase. This is another reason. The other reason is fake currency. Another reason is increase in the government public expenditure. Because of the government's public expenditure, the purchasing capacity or the purchasing capacity of the consumer increases. Because of government public expenditure, the earning capacity of the people increase, and this is also the reason behind the demand pull inflation. Another reason is budget deficit, then we are having increase in the export. When I say increase in the export, what it means? It means that when the export increase, more and more foreign currency comes in the country, and with the coming of the foreign currency, the circulation of the money increase, and it is the responsible factor behind the demand pull inflation. Decrease in imports. Because of decrease in imports, the purchasing capacity increase and the demand pull inflation occurs. We have seen in detail the demand pull inflation. Now let us discuss the cost push inflation. When I say cost push inflation, we are talking about the inflation arising because of increasing in the manufacturing cost, or the when the price increases or when the inflation occurs because of increase in the price of the inputs like labor, raw material, etc. That is called the cost push inflation. Try to understand it through the graph. On the y-axis, price level is being represented, and on the x-axis, national income is represented. This is the aggregate demand. This is the aggregate supply. This is the normal condition. OP is the normal price and OQ is the normal equilibrium demand or equilibrium supply. When the supply of the commodity decreases because of increase in the price of the raw material, when the manufacturing cost increase, the producers are not in the position to increase the production. Rather, they are in the position to decrease. I mean, they are forced to decrease the production. Why? Because they are not having the money by which they can think of purchasing raw material, more raw material, hiring more and more labor, which can be the responsible factor of increasing of the production. Because of increase in the manufacturing cost, the producers are forced to decrease the production. Here we can say that because of fall in the supply, the aggregate demand exceeds the aggregate supply, and because of which the producers or because of which the price of the commodity increases from OP to OP1. This is another type of the inflation, and this is called the cost push inflation. Now we will discuss in detail the reason behind the cost push inflation, the root cause of the main reason behind the cost push inflation is the increase in the production cost. Now let's discuss. The first is, as I told you, increase in the cost of production. The second reason is increase in indirect taxes. Always remember, when the government increase the indirect taxes, it means because of indirect taxes imposing more VAT, imposing more GST, the price of the commodity automatically increases up. And this is another reason behind the cost push inflation. Because of imposing more taxes, the price increases, and this increase is called cost push inflation. The second reason is decrease in subsidies. We know that subsidies are the financial help which the government is giving to the producers. If the government decided to decrease the subsidies, it means that the government has decided to give less financial assistance to the producers. In the absence of the subsidies, the manufacturing cost will increase, and because of which the producer is not in the position to increase the production. Rather, they have to cut down the production, and because of which the price increases. This is another reason. The next reason is hoarding and the speculation. When the people start, or when the producers start holding the goods, or when the retailers start holding the goods, they are creating the situation of scarcity, and because of this hoarding and the speculation, the price of the commodity start increasing up. By because of holding, there is the excess of demand over supply, and this is the reason behind the inflation. Another reason is defective supply chain. If the supply chain is defective, when I say supply chain, it means the chain which makes the goods available to the final consumer. This is called supply chain. It means the linkage between the producers to the final consumer is called the supply chain. If the supply chain is interruptive, defective, it means that because of defective supply chain, the goods cannot be made easily available to the consumers, and since the goods are not made easily available to the consumers, the price of the commodity start increasing up. This is another reason. The another reason is increase in the price of petrol or the diesel. We know that because of the increase in the prices of the petroleum and the diesel, the prices of the commodities are increasing up. This is another reason. Next is depreciation of the currency. Next reason is increase in export of goods. Means what it means, when the more and more goods is being exported to the foreign country, the goods available to meet out the domestic demand is less, and because of which the price of the commodity is increasing up. The next reason is decrease in the import of goods. We know that since the demand is more and the availability of the goods are less, and we are not imported the goods from foreign country, it means that we don't have the ways and means to meet out the aggregate demand. Since the imports are less, the supply is not increasing, the price of the commodity start increasing up. This is called, or this is one of the reason behind the cost push inflation. We have discussed in detail the demand pull inflation, the cost push inflation. Now let us discuss the very important thing, that is how we measure inflation. We measure the inflation on the basis of the indices. To calculate inflation in the country, we create a virtual basket, and in the virtual basket, we consider the items. We calculate the average price of the items in the virtual basket, and we compare the actual price, average price of the items in the virtual basket with the base year price of that very item. If there is increase in the price, we say that inflation is going on. If there is a decrease in price, it is called deflation. If we are getting the answer in negative, it is called deflation. And if we are getting the answer in positive, it is only called inflation. It can be walking, hyper, galloping. Any of the type of the inflation might be there. There are two methods by which we calculate the inflation. One is called the wholesale price index and the other one is called the consumer price index. In the case of the wholesale price index, the number of items that we put or consider in the virtual basket is 697. In the case of the wholesale price index, only the goods is to be considered. We never consider the services under the wholesale price index. Another method is the consumer price index. It is a weighted index. Here the base year is the same, that is 2011 and 12. Under the consumer price index, we create four virtual basket. One is for the urban populations, agriculture labor, rural labor or the industrial workers. So for the rural basket, we are having different items. For the urban, we are having different items. So more items we consider under the consumer price indexes. In the case of the consumer price indexes, we consider the goods and the services both. From 2014, the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, for the development of the monetary policy, start opting the consumer price index. Before 2014, the RBI considered the wholesale price index for the valuation of the monetary policy, but after 2014, the government shifted to the consumer price index. Why? Because the number of items are more that we consider in the virtual basket in the case of consumer price index, and the goods and the services both are considered under the consumer price index. Now let us see the difference between the wholesale price index and the consumer price index. Always remember, the wholesale price index is being released by the Office of Economic Advisors, that is Ministry of Commerce and Industry, whereas the consumer price index is released by the Central Statistical Office, which comes under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. In the case of the wholesale price index, only the goods is being considered, whereas under the consumer price index, the goods and the services both are considered together. The total number of items which we consider under the virtual basket to calculate the consumer price index is 697, whereas under the consumer price index, 448 item we consider under the rural basket, 460 item we consider under the urban basket. The base year of the wholesale price index and the consumer price index is same right now, that is 2011 and 2012. Dear subscribers, that's all I have in this video. Dear viewers, if you like the video, please spread the video as much as you can so that more and more people should join the class. should be benefited by it. That's all I have in this video. Before going, I appeal to the people, whosoever is watching this video, please stay home, stay safe, and don't forget to wear mask. Om Shanti.